I'm here to do a review and maintenance video on the Shark Navigator lift away. So I got this vacuum last year around Christmas time, and I've been very impressed with it. It is blew me away. So this just came out of my room last night, so you can see all that stuff in there. And the only thing I don't really like is it tips over really easy, and the dustbin is not very large, as you can see. It's not very large. But it does have a nice long 25-foot cord here and a nice long 5-foot hose over there. And the attachments are also conveniently located on this accessory holder, which you can see there. So it's got this switch there, which you can adjust. So it also has this brush roll indicator light, which can illuminate green or red. So next I'm going to get into maintenance. So first of all, there are these tabs along the sides that you pull off. Then you remove the dust bin and empty it when it reaches this line here. Also check the clear path here. Open the lid, which you push here, and the lid opens up. So then check the cyclone. This here is the cyclone. Just make sure there's no dust on the screens or anything like that. The next thing you're going to want to check is the filter. So you can take this filter off, which I will do right here. You just take this filter off. And there's another filter underneath. You pull up on this tab and it comes off. You can wash the foam filter and tap this one out. And this vacuum does not lose suction, which is really nice. So there is this important sticker which does say loss of suction may occur if you don't maintenance the machine. So you push this door and this door pops off and you just kind of pull it off. Then there's this filter, and now the vacuum won't stand on its own. So then there's this filter which you can tap out. So now I'm gonna just put all this back together. So now you can check this hole here and see if there's anything in it. I'm now going to I'm going to convert the vacuum, which you'll see here in just a moment. If you're wanting to know the model number of this machine, it is the NV352. So there's this button here. Everything that's red does something, but I'm going to push this in and it clicks, and then you just lift this off. We'll talk about floor nozzle maintenance. So there's this hole right in the top here, and then you can look down in there and see if there's anything obstructing it. The next thing is this hose, which I'll show you. You squeeze these gray tabs, which are easy, and then just look down in there and see if there's anything, and then you can push these back in. You should hear them click. Flip the floor nozzle over, check in here, and also check to make sure there is nothing obstructing the brush. And now we're going to move on to this part. So check your attachments. Just look down in there and see if there's anything obstructing them. Clean the brushes if necessary, and you can see the attachments are not clogged. Squeeze these two tabs here and see if there's anything obstructing. So you can take these out and check down in here. Check in this handle. This is the actual handle, and see if there's anything in there. So after you are done with maintenance, you can put the attachments back on their places. And then I'm going to do the rest of the review. So I'm bringing the floor nozzle back now, and I am going to put the vacuum on here and continue the review. The floor nozzle, I wish, was a bit wider, because our rooms are quite wide, and it takes a while to do a room, especially our living room. And the color The bin does have, it's really big around, as you can see. So you can have, there is quite a bit of space to fill, but there is not much height, as you can tell. So, the filters. There's only one filter that really needs replaced, which I'm going to just show you here. I'm going to put this dust cup back on. And it does, and Shark does say that it doesn't lose suction, but here it does say loss of suction may occur. But it just says if the foam filter is not cleaned. So, if you clean the filter, then this vacuum shouldn't lose suction. So, so this filter here is $36, which, it is a big filter, but here's my hand next to it, so it's a fairly wide filter here. So there is a tab here to pull. You can see that sticks out, which is nice because there's not many other places to grab this filter. Actually, there is none. So the tab's nice. The floor nozzle, I hope the floor nozzle motor never breaks, because it is a expensive repair, or just like expensive. It's expensive to replace this. This is $72, and I bought this vacuum at Big Lots for $163. So basically, it would be just as economical to buy a new Navigator. And the lift away, I'll show you how easy it is to tip. See, it's just takes like one or two fingers to tip it over. See, it's very easy to tip. And that's because of this canister. The canister's nice because you can take it on stairs, but I'd much rather have a vacuum that doesn't tip. And my carpet actually needs cleaned a little bit. You can see there's some hair, some bedding on the floor. The dirt actually does spin around with the cyclone, and the machine is actually quite powerful, which I appreciate. And it just talks a little bit about the vacuum on this side, which is nice. But the Navigator lift away, you can get it in another color, but you have to get a more expensive model. You can get it in white. I think I'd rather have purple. But this accessory holder you saw on the top of the vacuum is, you don't need to have this on. I'll show you here. So then, this is also something I like, the suction release. So you can see those holes get exposed, so there's less suction. So you can take this piece off. You do not have to have this accessory holder on, but then you kind of get this ugly piece sticking out there. So I choose to leave it on. I'll show you how. It's easy to get it to go on, and then you can see it just locks in there. And I've been very pleased with this Shark because it has really nice suction.